He congratulates you for the success of Dish of the Day.
Thank you very much, yeah.
And he says that your popularity in Europe is widespread throughout Europe, in every country except the UK. So the UK is the last country you have to conquer?
So there's some news now, because we entered the charts in the UK yesterday. I think it will be 26 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
For sure we are in the top 40 now in the UK.
Oh, really?
So that's the news, yeah. I can bring you, yeah.
I see. So you've pretty much covered all corners of Europe then.
Now we're finished, yes.
I see. He's a little bit surprised because your band has such a melodic, sort of a warm sound. He's always been under the impression that German bands are a little more dry and cold. Is that a misconception on his part?
Yeah, we have always been doing this kind of music, melodic music, and we are writing the songs in the classical way. We're doing it on the piano or on the guitar, and these songs are really based upon harmonics and melodies, and maybe I think that's what the people like at the moment, because in Germany here we have this techno music, and this is very boring if you hear it for over a few years,
Mm-hmm.
And so I think there's a little revival of the melodic music.
Is there any one band or one musician that the members of Fool's Garden have always idolized or always looked up to as a role model?
You mean to whom?
I mean, is there for example, did you guys all respect the Beatles, or is there one band or one musician that you always considered the ideal?
Yeah, for my person, I'm a really big Beatles fan, and I listened to this music when I was young, and but I also listened to the Who and Led Zeppelin and bands like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm a great U2 fan for sure. Mm-hmm. And Peter the singer, he likes very much Sting. And I think these influences you can hear on the album too, because you cannot hide these influences.
Yes. How old are you, Volker?
I'm 31.
Mm-hmm. So when you were growing up, though, bands like the Who and bands like Led Zeppelin and the Beatles were already had already disbanded, I would imagine. They were no longer performing, right?
No. I was when I was growing up, I was an oldie fan at this time too, because everybody listened to Genesis in times when I was younger. Everybody was a Genesis fan, and I was always coming with my old Beatles records to the parties and so on. They said, "Oh, go away with your old records." But still, I like it very much.
How about in the history of German pop music? What bands have been most influential? What are the bands that have been at the center of history in German pop music?
In German pop music, you have to tell two different styles of music here, because there are a lot of bands which are singing German lyrics,
Oh, I see.
And there are really popular and successful bands here in Germany, and they are doing German lyrics. A band called Pur, for example.
How do you spell that name?
P-U-R. They are I think they are the most successful German band in Germany. I can say that because we are on tour with them now. We are doing an open air tour and supporting this band. And but they don't have any success even not in Austria or in Switzerland. They are only successful in Germany, because nobody wants to to hear German pop music with German lyrics abroad. So that's funny, I think.
Well,
but I don't like it too, because I think pop music has to do something with English lyrics, and that's history, and I mean, I think it sounds better, and I can understand this.
I see. There have never been any German groups singing in German that you like? Nobody?
Yes, there are some not so successful. Maybe you know Herbert Grönemeyer. Maybe you don't.
Herbert Grönemeyer?
Grönemeyer, yeah.
Grönemeyer?
With a G.
Oh, with
Grönemeyer.
Yeah. I see. No, I'm sorry. I don't know that.
Or you know the German band BAP?
What?
B-A-P. But they sing in a kind of slang, German slang, you know. They are very successful too, and I think the only successful English singing German band was the Scorpions, I think.
I see. I guess so. It's interesting though, because a lot of bands are coming out of Sweden these days. And
yeah.
They seem to be quite successful in countries outside of Sweden.
Yeah.
Are you very familiar with any of the Swedish bands that have been successful recently?
No, we never met one of these bands.
How about the music?
Yes, I know. I think Ace of Base are Swedish, aren't they?
Right.
And which was this other famous band? I don't know. I can't remember the name. But we never met these. I know the music for sure. So that we have never been to Sweden to visit Sweden, but maybe we will do this in autumn.
I see. So in your case, though, your music has to be in English.
Yeah.
It must be in English. That's not a problem for you?
It was a problem for us because everybody told us in the years before, oh, you are a German band, you are having English lyrics, and you will never have success with that because we have a lot of bands coming from the UK or from the USA, and we don't need German bands singing English.
I see, yeah.
Yeah, and then they said, oh, and your music comes 20 years too late, so you will never have success. That was the reaction of all the record companies last year. Yeah, but now it changes.
I see. And the journalist that wrote these questions, he listened to your first album, and he said that it's quite different from the second album. You know, he says that there's sort of a new wave kind of sound on it, and then there's a cover of the Beatles' "Cry Baby Cry," and it seems like you were experimenting a lot. Was there at the time? Do you think that different members of the band all had different ideas? Did you have trouble organizing yourselves into one solid band?
No, we've been together since now 5.5 years, and we are with the same members. We had some guest musicians on the first album, and the first album was not a real Fool's Garden album because it was some songs came from a promotion album which we did before we formed the band, and the other half of the songs we played together in the studio, so it was a kind of mixture between a promotion album and a real album. And we had to do it in a quiet sorry, I missed the word. So we had not so much time for this production. It was 3 years ago now. And so we had much more time to produce the new album because we did it on our own. We did it in our own studio, and it's a small one. It's a real small studio. But we worked on it, I think, over 2 years. Not every day, but and I think this is the development that you can hear on the record because every song is sounding totally different. And so I think it's very colorful now. The other the old album is kind of black and white, like it is on the cover, and the new album is more colorful, I think.
I see. During the 2 years that you spent making this record, were you guys all just 100% musicians, or did you have other jobs during the day and work on the music at night?
Yes, we had other jobs. Peter and I, we were studying in Stuttgart, and Thomas was doing his was finishing his study last year, and the other two guys, Roland and Ralph, they had real jobs in a factory, and they were working till February this year, and then they quit their jobs.
Wow, I see. And which city in Germany are you located?
It's near Stuttgart.
Near Stuttgart.
Yeah. There are small villages. You don't know the names anyhow.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
Do you think that your geographical location has any influence on your sound? Do you sound like you guys are from near Stuttgart, or is that completely unrelated to your music?
That's completely unrelated. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, I think that has nothing to do. Some people say we sound like some English band from Manchester. I think nobody could hear this Stuttgart ambience.
Okay. And this is a question about your lyrics. I guess there are a lot of love songs on this record. Pardon me?
Yes, that's true.
And, the journalist also says that there are some philosophical metaphors and other sort of lyrical suggestions. Is that the intended style? Do you guys did you spend a lot of time writing the lyrics? Are the lyrics important?
Yes, we spend a lot of time to do that. I think it's half. It's half the music and half the lyrics, because it has to fit together, in my opinion. So even if the lyrics are sounding very simple, like the Lemon Tree lyric or Pieces, it took a long time to do this, because you have to find the right words, the right sound for the words, and you have to be careful with the meaning, because we don't want to put up the finger and point the people where to go and what is right and what is wrong. So we try to make some impressions, to leave a real big space that the people can find their own meaning in every song, So, and we are trying to it's more like painting a picture for us.
Making a picture.
Yeah.
I see.
I think it's more painting a picture than saying it in clear sentences where the meaning of the song is, So that's very difficult sometimes, because you have to really look hard for the right words.
Right. And how about the name of the band, Fool's Garden? Is there a message in that also?
No, it isn't. It was just an idea to have something with garden, because our songs at this time were so different, and the songs on the first on this promotion album we did, they were very different from each other, and it was like in a garden where there is everything growing, And so this was the idea to do something with garden, and this extension word "fools" was just after the third beer in a pub in the evening, somebody had the idea, Fool's Garden would be a nice name.
I see. Okay, and let's see. Getting back to the subject of European bands now, the success of European bands. The Swedish bands have been successful because they've been very independent. They haven't really copied anybody's sound. They sort of made their own original sound. How about in Germany, and especially in your case, do you think that your sound is that original?
You mean that we developed our own sound?
Yeah.
I don't think so. No.
Mm-hmm.
I think we are. I like to play with this arrangement things, you know, in the studio when you have a song.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, like "Ordinary Man." I don't know if you know the song. It was just a song on the piano, and it sounded totally different for sure. And we are playing with these old instruments, with this mellotron, and then we said, oh, let's do some records, scratching on it, and oh, let's do some old choir like the Strawberry Fields one on it, and so we played along with this stuff, and we had a lot of fun to do that, and suddenly it sounded like Strawberry Fields, or everybody told us that it sounds like this.
Mm-hmm.
But if you would hear the song in this reduced version, you know, you would never that's no Beatles song, that's a totally different style.
Mm-hmm.
But now the sound on the record is a bit like Strawberry Fields, and everybody says, oh, you're copying the Beatles, or you sound like the Beatles. And I think that's okay. I don't mind if people say that, because that's a nice compliment, I think.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, but we're having a lot of fun to do things like that.
Mm-hmm. So you don't mind using other people's ideas or other people's. You don't mind being inspired by other bands.
No.
And using those.
Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
No, not at all.
Okay.
I don't mind.
And there's a photograph of the band in the booklet that comes with the album.
Yep.
And which person are you in this photograph?
It's this photograph at the table.
Mm-hmm. Like you're sitting down. Everybody's sitting down.
And the girl on the table.
Yeah.
Okay, then I am in the corner, in the left corner.
Ah, okay. I see.
With a sunglass, yeah.
Okay.
I think everybody has sunglasses, huh?
I see. It seems like kind of an unusual photograph.
Yeah, it was a funny idea. It was an old swimming pool.
Uh-huh.
And it was a very old hotel in Stuttgart. Mm-hmm. It's no longer in use, and they had an old swimming pool, and so we first had to because it was covered with a net, and there was a lot of rubbish in this pool, so we first had to clean it before we couldn't take a photograph. It was a funny idea because it was starting to rain very hard, and it was really filled up with water then afterwards.
I see. So are you happy with that photograph? Is that a good photograph?
I don't like it. I like the idea, but I don't like the photo so much.
I see. So maybe next time you'll try something different.
Oh, we have new now, new photos now, yeah. But which we did with a record company. Because this photo we did even long before. Before we had the record company. It was a kind of private idea. But we used it, yeah.
Okay, now that you...
I think it fits very good to the title of the album, and for that reason I think it's a good photograph.
It fits in good with dish of the day.
Yeah.
Why does it fit in well with that? Because the table.
Yeah, because of this fruits and of this girl sitting on the table. I think that's a funny relationship between the title and this picture.
Oh, I see. Kind of a joke.
Yeah, for sure.
But now that you've been this successful in Europe, what about the United States? Are you planning on trying to take the music to the United States?
So we had, we met a guy, an R&R manager, and we were talking to some guys of some record companies, and they were making us some. They want to release it for sure, and but I think it's maybe a bit too early for us, and so we cancelled this now. We will try to we'll come to your country for sure in autumn, September. We're doing all these Asian countries, and we have to work in Europe too, because we have not been to every country in Europe, and there's a great demand for the band to come to television shows or to do some promotion.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And maybe we have to go back to the UK because it's entered the charts now, and we don't want to leave Europe and Asia alone because we are going to America, and so we canceled this, and maybe we will go next year. So we're doing our work here, and we can play a lot of concerts here, and the fans are there's a high demand on concerts here in Germany and in Europe, and I think it's better to do this first.
I see. And what other Asian countries will you be visiting?
I don't know exactly, but we will go to Malaysia, I think.
Malaysia?
Singapore.
Wow.
Yeah. Singapore, Hong Kong, Japan. I think there's one other or two others, but I can't remember.
That's very unusual because most bands don't go to places like Malaysia and Singapore.
I think Taiwan we go to.
Taiwan also?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. That's an extensive Asian tour.
Yeah, that's really, it will last 3 weeks. Yeah.
Okay, and let's see here. I'm just running down the list of questions. Now that you are successful, I guess your next album, you'll have more time and money to spend recording it. Did you already have an idea of what sort of album you want to make? Did you have some sort of vision, some sort of concept in mind?
Yes, we have been to London last week, and the weather was very good for London, and we were sitting outside in a really old street, in an old pub, sitting outside and having a beer there. So we had and then we had the idea but it's only an idea, to do some live in a street, some different houses, different people, different stories. Maybe that we can locate it all in one street, the different songs. Maybe this would be a nice idea. I would like that. To record all the songs in different places. Oh, this would be a nice idea too, yeah. No, but this we don't do. This is too expensive.
But you would like to...
No, I think maybe one song about the barbershop, and maybe one song about two old people living in this house, and maybe some stories, some different stories which are all located in this street. But we have to find a name for this street,
Oh, okay. So just...
I'm looking very hard now for a name. It must be a really good name. But that's only an idea. But I would like it.
So it's like a concept album.
Yeah, a little bit, yes.
Yeah, okay.
So because we have some songs now, some new songs in mind, which will already fit in there perfectly.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, that's kind of funny, yeah, but it is.
Yeah. This is a rather unusual question here about Germany now, about German people. Just until a few years ago, the Berlin Wall was dividing, the two Germanys, and now of course that's gone, and the people of East Germany now live in the same country as you.
Yeah.
It may sound like an odd question, but do the former East Germans have a conservative attitude towards rock and roll music? Do they think of it as something decadent or something alien or something foreign to them?
No, I don't think so, because they were all having this satellite television.
Ah, I see.
And they were trying to catch these German televisions, and because they had a very awful cultural program in their country.
Right.
And I think they will. So now we are on tour in the former eastern part of Germany. Tomorrow we will be in Leipzig,
right.
and the day after we will be in Berlin. And we have been there to do some concerts already. And I think the people are very, it's difficult to tell, but yeah, they are. In the western part of Germany, the people are used to everything, you know.
Right.
And if you have a concert in Leipzig now, I think the people they go there because they want to see something new.
I see.
They are interested more in new stuff. I think that's the way that you could see it.
I see. So they're very easy to please. They're very appreciative.
Yeah. Yes.
I see.